we are ready to go here. All right, we did our. Now, you know what? Now would have been a good time to kind of. It's important to hit the record button, then sync up the audio first.
Yeah, I was just going with you. I was going with you. You know.
He's doing it again.
Warning. Following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
It sounds so weak.
Got to give it a little push.
I hit my finger. That sounded even fucking weak.
You know why? I can tell you why, and I'll get into the answer to that because first of all, folks, tonight is the night that we find out so many things on Meet Us in the Man Cave. That's right. We're going to find the answers to how did Michael manage all these years not to kill people without how deadly that stench he's been carrying on him for so many years. Let's see, the Die Hard. Are they still thinking about making a musical comeback? We'll learn Chris's new favorite pillow and the scent. And honestly,
Lavender.
Lavender. Oh, okay. Well, we got that question on the way. And will Scott ever learn the lyrics to Jimmy Crack Corn? Honestly, I don't care. We'll find all those answers to those questions. And you know what? Let's just get into it, folks. That's right. Meet Us in the Man Cave. We have a very special guest with us here tonight. That's right. The man, the myth, the legend. And I forget his name already. Chris, can you help me out here? Damn.
Jesus. Good God. How you doing, Matt? It is good.
What's going on? I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Put a face to the name. We've been dancing around this for a minute, and it looks like the schedules are finally aligning. Thank God.
Yes, sir. Had to convince my 6-year-old daughter, leave me alone. Watch a movie. Chill out.
Oh,
Daddy's busy.
Now, I want to, in all honesty, Matt, is your last name, is it Leiderman or Leiderman?
Leiderman.
Leiderman? See,
like I'm a leader, man.
Leader?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Leiderman.
I used to tell people how to pronounce my last name. Just think of Kenner Toys.
That would have been real embarrassing because every time I hear it, I always heard Leiderman, and then that would have been real embarrassing if I've been saying
it's fine. This whole time. remember when we used to have home phone like lines, and people would call and ask for my mom. When I was a kid. Yeah, well, they would ask for Leiderman, and I'm like, hold on, and it's Leiderman. Hold on, and then go get her. So
accurate.
No problem.
So there we go. We got the very first, really the most important question out of the way. It's Matt's real name, of course, with Haddonfield's Creations there. And I know we've got tons of questions to ask. I'll let Chris fire right away.
I've got probably the most important question I've ever asked in my life.
Oh, man.
Gee, I wonder what it could be.
What the fuck are you SOBs drinking?
What the fuck you drinking?
Mm.
And 5, 4, 3, 2. I did that on purpose so it's easy for me to sync and post.
Gotcha. There you go.
You
got your routine.
Yeah. I used to just add this in later, but now it's just like when you hear it, it answers. What Matt? What the fuck are you drinking there?
Like I said, how did you pronounce it, Chris? Because I think you hit it right.
Napo Castle. God, I don't know, man. I mean, ask me after I've had a couple beers, and I guarantee I'll knock that shit out of the park.
I got you. But it's a single malt Irish whiskey. There we go.
And it is out of Ireland, hopefully, correct? I mean, because you never know. It could have said it's out of an Irish whiskey out of Newport.
My buddy Moss is very Irish, and he gave it to me. So
hell yeah.
So it's been a little while since Mr. Shabusiness and I had sat down and kind of got caught up on this subject. Damn life itself being busy. So what are you drinking, Mr. Shabusiness?
Well, this one is coming out of Tired Hands Brewery. It is called Alien Church. Fucking wild ass design on the front there.
That is interesting.
I saw it and I was like, fuck yeah, give me that. get the weird ones, man. But this one's out of Pennsylvania.
The Dutch.
It gives no description on what the hell to expect. They just tell you, just fucking drink it.
I'm right underneath Pennsylvania.
We're right beside it.
Yeah.
She is nice and cloudy.
Yeah. Well, that is definitely a hazy, East Coast beer. That's for sure.
We'll see how that one works out. I'm going to let the foam settle.
Nice.
And then on the side here, we're going to do a red turkey wheat. New riff.
There you go.
It's a bottle and bond, so it's 100 proof, straight down the middle. New riff does good shit, man.
100 proof.
And Billy Joel, what are we doing tonight?
Well, this is going to be a kind of an important announcement here, and I'm not kidding around here. I have to be a little bit more careful on my what the fuck you drinking, which really kind of ticks me off a little bit because this is the only time I ever really drink. So in the future, you're going to see me having in between a few beverages, a little bit of water. I kid you not, because I've been having some issues that I will not discuss here because it's not fun, but I have to make sure that I hydrate myself a little bit more in between. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Is it, you have some liquid death?
What's that?
Some liquid death, that god awful water that we had to taste.
No, this is distilled water, so it'll be in between other beverages. I just wanted to get that shit out of the way first, just to keep myself hydrated for, well, all sorts of reasons. So
I've never tried that liquid death. Is it really that bad?
Don't drink this shit. What?
I'll help you out here.
Any redeeming qualities? Is this going to get me fucked up or anything?
Folks, for you watching out there, you may have stumbled across other, podcasters out there. I mean, like the Osbournes, Steve-O. They've all had Liquid Death sponsoring their, podcasts. And, Chris and I, Meet Us in the Man Cave, we may have our first sponsor, Liquid Death. And it is October and death and, So, yes, it's Liquid Death. It's death in a can. Murder your thirst.
No alcoholic content, right? This is totally just, we're doing this to
kiss ass for our new sponsor, right?
It's so good, guys. Look at that can. It's fucking beautiful.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's going to be our new thing.
Nothing to talk about there.
Oh, God. God damn. Meet Us in the Man Cave's high quality H2O. Pure wetness. Drink responsibly.
Only available at Bubba. Did we just lose a sponsor?
So I'm just going to go with some more War Pigs. War Pigs, and I'm going to go with Scott's Bourbon. The bourbon of choice. Scott's Bourbon. It's not your typical towel wiping your ass bourbon. So that's what I'm doing for right now. I'll give you a hint. Gout's a bitch.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get drunk enough for the both of us. How about that?
Okay. Our special guest for this evening, that's AKA Haddonfield Creations. Oh,
sir, thank you.
We pretty much have established. I swear, if Chris and I can make a living on just what the fuck you drink alone, I think, you know what? To hell with everything else, But there are other things in life. There are other things in life.
That's what dreams are made of right there, though.
So, Matt, other than obviously what we see, of course, we're going to get into it a little bit. I know people that are watching this, hopefully, they're really wanting to know more and more about what you have behind you and everything that you've been doing, of course. Tell us just a little bit about yourself that you care sharing with the world here.
Sure. I'm a father of a wonderful 6-year-old daughter. Keeps growing and growing every day, and I don't like it. We just took the training wheels off the bike earlier today, and it's like she never even needed them. It's crazy how she just adapted to it. But anyway, I do this on the side when I can, the masks. I've been working for a solar company for the last 14 years, installing electrical part. I've been doing surveys for them now for about 1.5 years, which is a hell of a lot less taxing on my body because I'm just getting older and I can't do that crap anymore. So, I'm I live in Bowie, Maryland. I've been here pretty much my whole life. I mean, went outside of Bowie a little bit, a couple of times, married, divorced, come back to Bowie kind of thing. And, there's not really a big backstory to me, I guess, like that. But I've always had a little artistic side to me since I was a kid. I always loved drawing, loved creating things, obviously. And, my grandfather and my uncle were car guys. They got me into, a little bit of learning in the garage, but nothing crazy. And,
There we go.
Yeah. And then, with them being car guys, they got me into like making model cars and things like that when I was old enough to understand how to read the directions and use the glue properly and things like that. And I think that's when things became very attention to detail, OCD, like it has to look perfect kind of thing. And it just kind of evolved from there. And then, when I was in my mid-teens, got into wanting to learn how to make music. So I started saving up money and buying different pieces of music equipment, mainly kind of just like studio stuff, like drum machines, keyboards, MIDI keyboards, interfaces with Pro Tools and things like that. And just, I really enjoyed doing that. But then I kind of changed job careers. I was working in restaurants at that time. So, I had that restaurant life to stay up all night long, sleep in as long as I wanted to go to work at 4:00 in the afternoon. And, I couldn't do that anymore. So I changed careers and, it kind of slowly got me away from the music stuff because I was tired. When I started doing, solar and climbing ladders and being on roofs and things like that. And, and then one day I just kind of got into this. And I mean, I've always loved horror, always loved the scary stuff. I always remember being 7 years old. And I think the first Friday the 13th movie I saw was Jason Takes Manhattan. And it scared the fuck out of me. But I fell in love with it.
Hell yeah.
So, and the first Michael Myers movie was part 6 back on pay-per-view. I'm sure you guys remember pay-per-view. And
absolutely.
I will always remember asking my mom if she could order it for me because, you had to use a credit card. And I was 10 years old when that movie came out in 95. And I said, Mom, if I clean the whole house, will you order this movie for me? And she was like, sure, not knowing what the hell it was. And then that really scared the fuck out of me. And I fell in love with that. So
I was going to ask what your kind of Halloween background is, what really got you into it. So I'm guessing it was the Halloween 6 at this point. What was kind of the one that set you over the top where you were like, man, I think I could maybe do something with these masks? What was that one for you?
See, it really wasn't when I was younger, I didn't really think of, anything with creating masks or anything like that. What really got me into it was watching one of Nick Malpagano's tutorials on a Kills mask. And I saw that and I was like, I want to do that. I was like, I want to make my own, because I've always loved Michael Myers. And, they finally started coming out with movie mold masks that you can get. I mean, I know you guys know back in the day, you go to a Halloween store, you got these cheesy Myers masks. And, but I saw his tutorial. I was like, I want to do that. I can do that. I'm going to do that. And so I got all the materials that he listed and followed his step-by-step thing. I changed up how I go about doing them, especially like how he would do like the washes and things like that. But now I do more of the dry brushing, where it would kick my ass so bad in the beginning stages of doing the dry brushing. And I would give up and get pissed off and, think I was done with it. But, I finally got it down, about a year ago. I would still ask a couple other artists, for some tips and tricks and things like that. And, I think I kind of took a little bit of those few guys' idea or like techniques and kind of just put them into my own. And, it just kind of evolved from there. But when I was a kid, I always said, like, I want to do something with like special effects or, Hollywood type stuff. But obviously, that's way past, that's done. But, was not born in California or anything like that. So this is the closest thing I'll get to, doing anything kind of remotely movie-like. And, obviously it's a hobby. It's, it makes me a little bit extra money, which is great. And, I really enjoy doing it. Like, I will be out here for hours with my speaker on, just playing music and just painting away for hours. And I would just be in the zone. And before I know it, it's like 11:30 at night. And I'm like, holy shit, I got to go to work. I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I was looking through your Instagram over here, actually. I can screen share it real fast. But sure. I wanted to ask you a
share that real quick.
Specific question, because I see your stands. Do you break into anything other than the mask? Do you dabble with, say, like, any other attire or anything like that? Coveralls, anything like that?
I've done a couple of coveralls. I did one for myself. I did a Kills coveralls, and it came out great.
Nasty.
But I did. It was the Legion Safety coveralls when they came out with their version 2 of like the replicas of the Work Right coveralls. So I grabbed one pair, weathered it up, I sanded it down, put it through the washer and dryer a couple times to fade it, sanded it, kind of airbrushed like a brownish, blackish paint on there to make it look like oil. And, I did the bullet holes and some blood. I did the pitchfork on the back. I did the burns. And I've done coveralls for a buddy of mine just one time. I never really got into that. We all know who's the man with the coveralls and things like that. So, that guy is super talented at what he does with his coveralls, his Jason costumes, Creepy Customs. We all know who that is. So he is the man with that stuff.
Today, I don't think I even touched a social media until today for the first time in like 2 weeks. And again, that's not really that uncommon. But I came across his one of his posts, and at the very beginning, I almost wanted to say to Connor, "You look exhausted." Because he's literally going like this, and then he's going around the room showing all the. I was like,
I saw that,
man.
I saw that. Yeah, he looked beat. He looked beat. Yeah. Like he's been working for like 72 hours straight without stopping or something like that. But.
Wow. Well, he told us personally, and we captured it on video. He absolutely loves. He's very thankful that he's getting to do this for a living. So all power to him.
I know, that's awesome. Like, good for him, definitely.
So speaking of posting, and we shared a little bit on the screen, there's I'll go with what we just had right there, the ends.
Mm-hmm.
That I think for every single one of us, whether it's a Myers, and we'll just leave it at that, there's a certain mask that just always catches your eye. You know, I'm speaking for us as individual. And you are really doing something with this ends where I'm thinking a lot of people are going, holy shit, look what he's doing with this thing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not asking for ancient Chinese secret, but man, how much, I'm sure you could share this. On the average time, do you spend, like, say now, not 6 months ago? Because as you said, you know, we pretty much critique. We're always trying to, hell, to this day, I'm still changing how I do make spaghetti. But do you, as a creator, someone who's artistic, if you're never satisfied, I do know the answer to that one. But how many people find you wanting that mask over, say, the others? Or is there another one that they want more from you? Because that ends, I'm just thinking right now, I'm thinking, holy shit, he's got to be busy with that thing.
Well, thank you. Surprisingly, nobody asks, like, how much I want that mask, how much you want for it, or anything like that. I think maybe because, you know, I put in my post about it, like, this is my personal, but
you knocked it out of the park with that. Damn.
Appreciate it.
Amazing.
I'm critiquing my own work. I think I did the blood on the hairline a little too dark, but, you know.
Nah, I dig it, dude. I dig it.
Yeah. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, nobody's asked, like, can they buy it or can I make them one? But I have definitely posted other ends masks where, you know, it was already sold, and somebody was like, is this for sale, or how much is it? And, you know, this and that. And I was like, well, sorry, but this one's already gone, but, you know, I can do one for you. And they ordered one with me. And it was actually a guy who does not have a social media. And he also got 12 mask stands from me. So yeah, I did the 12 stands for him all in one day. Like, I didn't stop. I just wanted to get them done. And they came out beautifully, like, amazing looking. And
I was actually going to bring those up. Those are
and then,
sick.
Yep, there they are. Yep. And then he got the ends mask from me, and then he placed an order with me like a couple weeks later. He got the Fire Kills poster mask, or the Kills Fire poster mask, whatever you want to call it. That was my first time ever doing one, and he was super happy with it. And and then he got a 3DK SE H1 from me as well. And now he wants a flashback mask from me, which I've never done before, but, you know, seems pretty simple to me. We just ordered a blank from NAG, and waiting for him to pour some latex in his mold and ship it on out, and, you know, I'll get to it. But
if I could ask you a question real fast.
Yeah.
This detail on the nose here. What was that? I just want to pick your brain on that. Because I don't think I see that often. Is that a creative choice where you just, like, is that something that you wanted to experiment with, or what was the?
Oh, like on the tip of the nose, or like in the nostrils?
The nostrils.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just kind of added a little bit of blood, like a little bit of blood to it. And
I think it's interesting, dude. You don't see that much. I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I figured, you know, if he's got blood coming out of the top of the mask, like around the hairline and stuff, there's got to be a nosebleed in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So got blood all over that thing.
Yeah. So, you know.
No, I mean, I think I just think that's cool. I just wanted to pick your brain on that.
I mean, you know, you guys could ask me anything. I don't have any secrets, ancient Chinese secrets or anything like that, but you know, just a little bit of blood in there. I don't know if you could see it. The lighting's kind of. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, people that aren't afraid to step out of the box a little bit and just make something their own. I think those are the people that I want to, like, pick their brain and be like, man, I wonder, like, what inspired you to just go ahead and just say, screw it, I'm going to do it.
I don't know. I think I just wanted it to be a little bit extra grimy, you know? So just kind of just threw it in there. And I, if I wasn't happy with it, I could always take it off. I looked at it, I was like, I like it. It's staying.
That's all it takes, because all it takes is one guy saying, well, this makes sense to me. Like, I'm going to try it out. And then
sure.
As soon as you do it and you put it out to the world and people start to like it, then you're going to get like people starting to imitate it. And
right. Yeah. But
I guarantee.
Like I said, the funny thing is that's not even an end sculpt. That's a kill sculpt that came from, I'm sure you guys have seen Val from Norway, or Victor is his name, but he had, his Instagram was Val. At first it was Val Horror Props. But he stepped away from horror. He's not doing horror anymore. Like, he used to do the gloves. Okay. He did his own 2018 sculpt. But yeah, this was a kill sculpt, and I added latex to the forehead. I added latex to the cheek. I just took a pen and kind of drew it on the blank. Mm-hmm. And, that way I knew where I wanted to put latex on it with my little squeeze bottle. And I trimmed the neck on the side to make it look more like the ends, and I tweaked the eyes a little bit more, give them a little bit more droop, and I opened up the mouth a little bit more, the slit a little bit wider, and then just painted it, gave it the ends paint job and hair job. So,
well, I'll tell you what, you're onto something spectacular. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's phenomenal work, and
thank you.
I noticed, like, when we were doing a live stream, the H6, you were there, showing it. And since it's in the middle right now and you and Chris have a major connection there with it, let's get into that bad boy right there.
Yeah. That's my dude. That's my dude right here. And Michael Lerner signed it for me about a month or so ago in New Jersey. He was the one who did the reshoots in Halloween 6 as Myers. So, but that's the Night Owl sculpt from Justin Mabry.
Okay.
So,
you get a lot of requests for that right now, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people have been digging the H6s. I mean, there's like, and this is me critiquing my own work. Like, there's always, in my eyes, somebody's mask is better than mine. And that's all. That's fine. That's great. There's always going to be somebody better than you, or you're going to think like, oh, mine's kind of a little bit better than theirs. But I'm not tooting my own horn or anything like that. But Colton Clegg, I think it's CCN Studios or CCN, I think.
CCN, yeah.
Yeah, dude is the man with the H6s. I mean, he gave me lots of pointers when it came to using this type of hair, because I had never used it before. Mm-hmm.
What's that called? If you don't mind, I know we asked that question.
It's faux fur.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like Fox. It's FAUX. Faux fur.
Are you getting sick and tired of always losing at hide and go seek? Well, go open a can of Meet Us in the Man Cave beer. It friggin' tastes awesome.
Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
Michael Lerner, he's
you know what he almost reminds me of?
No. I needed my power cord.
No, I'm thinking of, sadly he passed away. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I heard that completely wrong. I heard it to Detective Foley.
Detective Foley. Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this.
Wow.
Technical difficulties. 1 second.
Never heard of that.
Not
Michael
ever.
Bean, man. Michael Bean.
There we go. Oh, yeah. There he is. Yeah. Dude, he was so cool. He was so down to earth. Like, he was the only one. Well, besides Michael Lerner. Yeah, he was just actually, like, talking to me. You know what I mean? Like a normal person. I mean, which, I felt very starstruck when I was meeting him, and Edward Furlong was right next to him at the table. Old John Connor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And then there was a table next to them about 10 feet away, and Linda Hamilton was there.
Shitting me.
I wanted to meet her. I wanted to have her sign my Terminator DVD, just like Michael Bean. But her line was a little bit longer, and one of the people that was working the lines said, I asked, like, do you know how much she'll charge to sign my DVD? And they were like, yeah, she'll probably charge you like $160. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, nah, like, nope.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's crazy, but but I saw her in the hallway. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I see a door open in the background, and here she comes with another lady, and I like popped my head over. I was like, Miss Hamilton, how you doing? And she just looked at me and smiled and was like, hey, and just kept walking. I was like, Linda Hamilton said hi to me. So, you know what I mean? So, but it was cool. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's I've been seeing people posting on YouTube about that topic alone, about how the prices are just getting out of hand at these conventions and all that. So,
yeah. I mean, Edward Furlong autograph and selfie combo was $100. So it's definitely pricey. I mean, and that was my second convention I've ever been to. The first one was a Monster Mania, maybe like 3 years ago, because James Hughes Courtney was there, and I wanted to meet him, so I met him, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the last one, I really can't say, because obviously Chris and Jake, they had gotten autographs out the wazoo. This recent one, I was a cheap ass and only did one.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to get Johnny, man. That was so, and he lived up to every like hope I could have had, man. He was just William Zabka, man. He's just a badass. He was probably stole the show for me, honestly. I was there for Tyler, but man, he was so cool.
Who was this?
William Zabka, Johnny from Karate Kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The blonde hair kid. It always has the role of being the jerk.
What's up? Yeah.
He was so fucking nice, dude.
Yeah. I know. I hope one day I can at least meet Nick Castle. I know you guys met him, so that'd be pretty cool.
Very extremely thankful and blessed that I've had that opportunity twice now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Nice.
I'm hoping the three's a charm, if you know what I mean.
There's nothing you can say, man. I mean, Nick's just, gosh.
I mean,
no words.
The funny thing of it is, I behind my right shoulder here, I get that mask there signed by Nick Castle, right? It's a Castle, 75K, and he signs the inside, and I'm just thrilled as hell, and in the photo, I don't notice it because I'm standing next to it, but when I see the photo later, the mask is like folded in half in a sense, right? I don't give a shit because it's Nick Castle holding the mask. Yeah. If it would have been me holding the mask, like someone taking a photo of it, and I see it later, I'd be like, "Oh, you idiot!" But
that's a cool question. Has anybody like bought a mask from you, taken it to a convention, had kind of a kind of like I have met Nick, but through someone else situation?
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. I don't think so.
Really, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like I would have.
Well, now I'm buying one, and I'm going to take it to the next convention.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah.
Or Dick Castle's doing another round. Obviously, he's not going to do a lot of them, and I can respect that and totally get why he doesn't do as much because. He's had his share of falling off of horses and running cars into things, and it's just not as easy for him to get around, which is said to get it. So you never know. Because he is going to be at least somewhere. Is it Louisville or Lexington? I forget, Chris. In October or September? September, I think.
Oh God, I don't remember.
It's shared, but you never know. He may work his way up to Maryland around, that season, but if you get that opportunity, don't be afraid to ask him anything because I know I've shared it here a few times already, but if you get the opportunity, especially when the lines aren't so busy, boy, he is not afraid to just talk up a storm with you. And that is a moment is priceless.
And this is who? Nick Castle?
Oh, I'm sorry. Dick Warlock. I apologize. Dick
Warlock. Okay. Yeah. If I ever have the chance, like I'm gonna bring this bring this guy my H2 and have him sign that. So,
and I wanted to lead to that properly. But Dick Warlock too. That being said, the guy there to the far right.
Yeah, that's the it's the same one that you guys have seen before. It's the 3DK SE by Jimmy Falco. And like I've always said, and this is just my opinion, a lot of people I'm sure might argue with me about it, but that's like the best Kirk I've ever seen with 3DK. SE
also,
or
that's
just
a versatile mask right there.
Yeah.
3DK.
Yeah. I mean, it's even though, you'd have to stuff it to give it that, that stretch to it, but you stuff it right on the right kind of stand, you got it. But and then me critiquing my own work again, I think I made this eye cut a little droopy, where it should be a little bit more straight, but that's just me. It's just me critiquing my work. But and I remember, Scott, you were asking me like about the hair on this one. It's just mohair. It's like a light brown mohair, and I just missed it with some black ink. Mixed 50-50 black ink and some alcohol in my airbrush, and just
okay.
You can see how light it is, but
yep.
Right.
But
it's a good color on that. It's a good color on that.
Thank you. But yeah, you were asking if people ask me about the H6.
Yeah, just right. All of a sudden, that H2 looks just a little bit different after you take it out, talking about it, kind of moving around, and now it looks just a little bit different. So there you go. Yeah, that's what's so damn cool about these masks.
I know. Angles, holding them a certain way, stretching them a certain way, they're going to look different, definitely. But I had another Night Owl H6 just done. It was just sitting with my other ones in my glass case, and somebody just bought it about 2 weeks ago, and they just messaged me again and said, I'm going to PayPal you for another H6, but I'll take a Trick or Treat Studios one. I was like, okay, I'll order the mask, I'll order it, and as soon as I get it, I'll get to work on it, and cool.
I gotta give credit to it with the Trick or Treat Studios. Sorry, some of you guys out there, the tots. There we go. Like they're sitting over there when I did that. There's something, Chris. I'll ask Chris this, and we can get that H6 with the tots. They've got its own unique little style. I mean, Chris. Like I said, I'll start with you on that. What do you think? And then, of course, Matt. A tots H6. Is there something different about it and something cool, or am I just setting a stupid question up for an easy answer?
They got that right. Also, I'll throw the H4 in there as well. I think it does a good job for a mass-produced mask. There's a little bit of work that you can do to make it better, but standalone on its own, the H6 is solid, man. For the money you're spending. It's just good. Yeah, they got it right. They got it right. I guess I'd say that.
Yeah. The Night Owl and then the Trick or Treat Studios one, they're both sculpted by Justin Mabry. So they're basically the same sculpt, except the Night Owl, the neck is sorry, I keep hitting this microphone. The neck is slightly longer, especially when it goes around to the back. It's definitely a little longer in a good way. I know there's some H6s out there that have that like super long neck on it, which I don't really care for. It's not really my thing, but if other people like it, that's great. But and it doesn't have the huge square stamp on the back left or back right, whichever it is on the back.
Oh yeah, what you mean.
The Trick or Treat Studio stamp and where it was made and all that stuff. But other than that, it's basically the same exact sculpt. The only thing I wish they would have done with the Night Owl and the tots was have the deeper eye socket on the inside of the eye. Like how, I guess, I don't know how to explain it, but
since you said that, I visualized. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like you could take your pinky and feel that indentation.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Like if I was like rubbing the inside of this, it would almost be like twice as thick as what this is inside here. It would be maybe like a 1/4 inch thick almost.
And
maybe not that much, maybe like an eighth of an inch.
The lines that are on this, was it the left or right side?
Right here.
Yeah. Chris, can you pull that up?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that was on the hero mask in the movie.
I remember talking about this now. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember you guys talking about it, about whatever that was, about a month and a half ago. Yeah, when I was chatting with you guys. That is on the screen used hero mask.
Okay.
I think it just came from because there was a backstory to, when they were shooting that movie.
It almost looks like stitches.
Yeah. And it's not as dark. I think that's my same mask right here. Does that say Night Owl on there? Did I put Night Owl in the description?
My eyesight's terrible.
Yeah, that's definitely, I can tell because of the length of the neck. But I lightened it up because it shouldn't have been that dark. So that's why it's a little bit lighter on the mask that I have right next to me.
I like it because it's just like what Chris just pointed out the nose earlier on your, the ends, how you used your imagination, your creativity. Because that's how I relate to it.
Yeah.
It just adds something else to it, I think. Whether it was in the film or not, yours is more saturated, and you just can't help but notice it. And people are like, "Ooh, why is that there?" It's cool as hell. I think just something simple like that.
Yeah. See, that's a Tots mask, and the guy who got my other Night Owl H6, and he just asked me for another one. He sent that same photo to me and was like, "I want you to make me one that looks just like this." Yeah, there's the one that's right next to me right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But anyway, there's a story when they were shooting the film. There was like an angry
I love the
crew member, and he threw a bunch of chemicals on the mask, and I guess it kind of distorted it a little bit. And I'm guessing maybe that's where that little stitched looking piece of the latex in the corner of the eye came from. So I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, that would be my only guess is, where it kind of came from or something, or maybe it ripped and maybe they just kind of glued it back together with latex or something. But if it's there on a hero mask, I'm going to add it, try to be as accurate as possible. So
it's amazing. So it's absolutely amazing. I'm the old fart here out of the trio, and it's still, it just, all these years, you still hear something new about, well, there's rumors or there's been talk about this film or this film throughout the franchise. And you're like, really? I'd never heard that. But that's cool as hell. That's
especially H6. They never stop.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but even though a lot of people dislike H6 and it gets like a lot of bad talk about it, but like I love it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's the first one I saw when I was 10, and it just, it's got that special place in my heart for it. So,
absolutely. I can put that on. I don't care if it's snowing outside. I could put that on and automatically I feel like it's fucking Halloween.
Exactly.
The atmosphere, everything. They nailed it.
I will watch Halloween on Christmas Day. I don't care. But
okay. Matt, what's your favorite color on a vehicle?
Depends on the vehicle, I guess.
Okay.
But
solid answer.
Yeah.
Okay, your favorite car and your favorite color on that vehicle.
My favorite car, like ever, my favorite car. That's tough too, but I'm gonna have to say a 1956 Porsche Speedster.
Okay, and you have when you see that red. Okay, Chris,
or black, red or black.
Red or black. Okay, either way, you're not wrong.
Fuck. Shit.
Fuck yeah, that's a lot of piece of shit cars out there. I had a lot of them back when I was a teenager.
Holy shit, man! I don't know. That is hard. That is
mine's
impossible.
A black '69 Shelby. My point of it is we know what we love, and there's no wrong answer to it. Just like you know what you love in Halloween, and there's no wrong answer to it.
Yep,
that's the beauty of it.
Very true.
I used the car analogy because you talked about cars a little bit ago. I know Chris is into cars, and I'm always going to love my '69 Shelby Mustang. There's just no wrong answer to it.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of my top favorite cars. You know, there's another car from the 50s would be a 55 Chevy Bel Air, definitely black. 60s would have to be shit.
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. It's very difficult. I don't know. I love the 64 Impalas. You know what I mean? 2-door.
Oh my God. I was just thinking that. Oh, the 2-door. You just said, see, no one ever talks about it seemed like about 20 years ago. That's all I heard about, or the classic Impalas. And I'm like, damn.
What was I obsessed with? 67 Camaro, was it?
Yeah, the
black one. Holy shit, God.
Yeah, the 6. It's got that.
Damn, that thing's fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
nice.
Those Camaros. There's no doubt about it. I think anybody that loves the muscle cars will tell you there's something special about those Camaros. They really are.
What was your guys' first car?
Oh God.
I'll go first.
Go first.
Oh man. A 1988 Oldsmobile 98.
I thought you were going to say something else, because my first car was a 1987 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
I wish it would have been. No, my shit was like a fucking one of those Buick. Oh God, what are they called?
Like a Regal?
Brahms or whatever they're fucking called.
Okay, so
basically an aerodynamic fucking box. It's all square and shit.
Oh yeah, that was the 80s.
Man.
Boxy and squarish cars that they don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. They don't.
Fucking full sound system in that thing. I learned how to make a sub box. I had the metal rattling. I was a fucking menace back then, man.
What about you, Scott? What was the first car?
It didn't last that long, and I understand completely why my parents did this. It was a Pinto, Ford Pinto.
Oh, shit.
It was a I don't remember exactly what year. I know it was a 70, obviously, but my dad was able to fix that son of a bitch up. He painted it white and he put a black stripe on the bottom of it. It was just like a little 4-speed. And there was some guy that mechanic that worked at a local airport of ours. Let's call it Dayton International Airport. And he bought off my parents, even though it was going to be my first car, and I didn't appreciate it. So they sold it to him, and all of a sudden, oh man! So I got my aunts and uncles. It was like it was a piece of shit. I had to change the tire on that thing like every 3 weeks. It's like because it was pulling so bad. It was a Ford Maverick. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
I when I was a teenager, I mean, my parents, they spoiled the hell out of me. I'd screw something up, or the next $300 car. I had like 4 Escorts at one time. Oh God. Yep. Oh, I had one that ran good, and the other 3 were just nothing but pieces of shit. And I've had a lot of damn cars when I was a kid, but man, they were all pieces of shit. But they got me around. Yeah. Especially when you're tearing them up and shit. I had Plymouth Horizon and all that stuff. I had an AMC Matador, one of the ugliest fucking cars ever around.
I gotta interject something. I'm creeping on your Instagram here, and I was paying attention to one of your captions here.
Oh, okay.
Edited this sick photo of James Jude Courtney in his man cave. Yeah, man cave. I like what you did there.
I forgot about that. That was a while ago.
Is that James?
Yeah.
Just cosplaying and shit?
Wow. That was like a behind the scenes shot or something, or just a
in the sewer fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dope shot right there. I love that.
Now, was it just like a test shot, because he obviously just has his hands that are pretty normal, I'm guessing, at this point, without wearing the cosmetic? Because that's what I can't help but notice the hands. They look pretty normal, other than being grungy.
I can't tell.
It's hard to tell. I mean, they look kind of grimy.
Well, I'm just, I mean, I'm not judging I'm just thinking every film, especially when you have your hero, they want to do test shots and all that, especially with, in any scene. And then, because that's what I started thinking. I wonder if that was a test shot where they're getting the lighting and seeing it and all that, because you just don't see the prosthetics on his hand. But like I said, they do look pretty great. But I would imagine in most of the shots that they had to shoot, because that's what that film missed, was his presence in that film. It was like we were getting a microwave version of him in that. But he didn't have to wear the prosthetic that much in it, if you think about it.
I know. It's such a shame how he was only in that film for like a total of, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah. I mean, he didn't show up until like 40 minutes in. I was a little disappointed. I mean, I love the look of him and everything. And I mean, I don't dislike the whole movie, but I just feel like, I know they kind of took it in a different direction. They focused more on Corey and Allison and their relationship and things like that. But,
I actually watched it the other night and I got really fucking pissed off. That fucking movie, damn it, man.
You mentioned earlier about you being a father, Matt. Of course, before we hit that button, how your family's going to grow here soon, which congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Chris being a father himself. Well, my son, who's in the next room over there, I can honestly say this with an extreme amount of pride. Of course, yes, I'm very proud of my son on everything. But probably the one on this subject alone, and I'm not trying to, I've made it very clear when it comes to the trilogy, I'll stick with the one. Other than that, the other two, I like the flashback scene. I do love the design of Michael Myers and what James G. Courtney, his presence, the design, all that. I do enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But my son, as a proud father, he will not have anything to do with that damn trilogy. And I have bought him the physical media on that. He just doesn't care for it. No.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't care. He watches Rob Zombies. He watches the original 2 and H6.
Okay.
Those are his ASMR movies.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I don't blame him for it. You know what I mean?
I just don't think he sees it as, he's very nostalgic in a way. His son, he's autistic, and he sticks to a lot of things that are even before his time. And I think that may be one of the reasons why he just doesn't. Maybe, I don't know. I'd love to know why. Of course, any parent who has an autistic kid that doesn't have a verbal, other than yes, no, chicken nuggets, fries, and Sprite. But I want to know, Zach, why are you not into the last 3? If he told me they suck or it's not Halloween, I would appreciate his answer. But he just doesn't. I mean, it's like, damn, dude, I go and buy you that physical media, you won't even touch it. He just doesn't care for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to each his own, but
exactly.
I mean, I like the trilogy. I think, story wise and scene for scene wise, I think 2018 is probably the better out of the 3.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one.
I mean, I definitely love the look of Myers in all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kills used to be my favorite mask out of the 3. But I think the Ends mask is definitely my favorite just because of how disgusting it got. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird that
I get it. I get it.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I mean, it shows in your work too.
It's pretty fucking really gross looking. I mean, that's probably the best hair I've done on an Ends mask too. And yeah. I agree with him. The original first 2 are definitely, you can't. There's no remaking those. Even though Rob Zombie did his thing with it. When Rob Zombie's films first came out, I was hella excited to go see them, and I liked them at first. But now, if I was to go back and watch them, I'm like, I don't really care for them that much anymore.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. They're too. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but I mean, they're cool for what they are. Kudos to Rob Zombie for doing what he did. He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But it's not mine. You know, it's not my thing. And
I get that.
You know, H4 is cool. H5,
yeah,
not really mine.
That H5, I think everybody's kind of like next.
I know some people that love it. I know
there's some parts of it I'm all right with.
It's got a beautiful Camaro in it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the mask at certain angles. But yeah.
Especially when you have one. I mean, Chris obviously has an H5, and it's hell, it looks better than the one in the film. Honestly, it does.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind like having one for my personal, just to have like one of each. But the Rob Zombies, I'm just not really a fan of those. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the great thing about this hobby, man. I mean, everybody's usually on the same bandwagon, but you got certain people where they're like, well, my first movie was like H6 or, this, that, and the other. And that's what makes this, diversity makes it fun. Sure. I really think so. People should speak up more instead of, following or
absolutely.
I respect it.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Everyone I've talked to and have heard their stories throughout the years, their favorite one is always the first one that they had seen either on the big screen or at home,
Yeah.
And it's understandable. I've had the pleasure to share my story on where mine started. And people say, man, I wish I could have, been there. But you know what? Don't go there. You had the experience when you were your first Halloween film, whether it's 6, 4, or 5, whatever. Or it was the last, or maybe it was the trilogy. And enjoy your time, enjoy your experience, because we all know, the three of us are old enough now to say they just don't do it like they used to. Because when we were a kid, oh my God, all those scary movies scared us to death.
Yep.
Now it's like, I've been on that roller coaster ride enough. It just doesn't, it needs new tracks or something. I don't know.
Something.
Are we wrapping? Is that what we're doing? Are we wrapping up here? Because I got one question I definitely want to get out of the way before we do any such thing as to coming close to touching that button, to hitting that fucking button. But man, I want to know, being that you have gotten access to several probably independent masks. You've talked about the 3DK. You talked about several masks. Is there one that you've gotten in where you've seen the level of detail and you just had such a great time working on that mask where you're like, God, I want another one of these? Or if it comes down the pipeline and you're like, fuck yes, I get to work on that again. Is there one mask that's like just stood above the rest for you?
That's a good question. I guess I never really thought about it like that. I mean, I have 2 more blanks of Val's kills coming in. I think I'm going to try to do one as a kills and then maybe another ends, but like the Vincent Van Dyke style, where there's like no blood at all. It's a lot more greenish and kind of khaki-ish colors, if you've ever seen that mask before. But I've really enjoyed working on his sculpt. I mean, I'm always happy to work on a 3DK, or I would love to get my hands on some NAG masks. I mean, there's the flashback one that's going to be coming to me pretty soon to work on for this guy, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think I really have like a specific one that is just like that's my favorite one to work on. But there's one that I would love to get my hands on and work on, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. And that is a mask from NAG, and that's the Halloween 6 hero mask that he has, the rotted one. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about that mask, but I fucking love it. And
never hurts to ask. Never hurts to ask.
Oh, I've asked him. I've asked him, and he was like, "Let me think about it," kind of thing. And it's not going to happen. It's something. He doesn't want to sell blanks of it, which I I don't want to say like I overstepped like asking him, but I was just like, what's up? Come on, just let me get one. Let me get, I'm not going to steal your mask. I'm not going to recast your mask or anything. I just want it to paint it for myself and stick it in my glass case and just stare at it. You know what I mean? But it's something about the distorted look of it, how it's like dented in the sides. The neck looks all distorted. Like you can see like mesh through the bottom of the neck. And I don't know, something about it. It's just, I just want one so bad. But a buddy of mine that works at the same company I work for, he has one, and he let me borrow it for like a week so I could get like a ton of pictures of it and just study it. Cause I've tried making one. Like I tried taking a TOTS mask and I put wire mesh all on the inside. Like I flipped the mask inside out.
Yeah.
And just cut pieces of mesh, wire mesh, and latex, like glued them to the mask with latex. And then you can kind of manipulate the shape of it. No pun intended. But you can, you can push the temples in a little bit. You can crease it right here to give it like these two little bumps that it has. I mean, you can basically change the sculpt of it. But it's just that neck. It's the neck that looks like it's, falling apart. It's like, I can't figure out how to do that yet. I don't know if I can just add some latex to it and just make it look like it's falling apart or something. But I've painted a TOTS mask before to look like the Rotted Hero, where it has like a lot of like that yellowish brownish tone, like that it looks like latex is aging and just rotting and stuff. There's some on the forehead right here. Like there's like the dark brown spot on the ear. The nose is like super brown and yellowish brownish right on the tip of the nose. And I don't know, something about it that's like, I would love to have one of those, but it's not going to happen. And I'm not paying the price that he charges for a finished mask of one of those. It's insane. I can't do that,
And I'm going to pretend like I am new to this hobby. Matt, I'm going to pretend that I'm just seeing your photos on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm going to ask that to Rookie question. How much for the mask? And your response should be
$1,500 or more.
There you go.
You'll be buying that rotted in no time.
Yeah.
and not to correct Matt. In all seriousness, folks, when you're going to reach out to Matt, which I will share his social media links other than what we've seen here on Facebook and Instagram, is there any place else other than Facebook or Instagram that they can find you? Like maybe do you have like an Etsy store or any future plans, a website?
Somebody told me I should make a couple people have told me I should make an Etsy store. I just never got around to it. Yeah. I don't have TikTok. It's just Instagram and Facebook. That's pretty much it. So.
And if you are going to ask him in all seriousness, direct message him, DM him. That way he could talk to you more privately, because the reality of it is prices are going to vary throughout the world, and certain things have to be discussed between you and the artist. In this case, Haddonfield Creations. So, Chris and I always try to share that to teach others out there. Just directly message, in this case, Matt, to get some information, especially personal information about, hey, how can I get one of these bad boys and how much is it going to cost? And
lots of variables.
It's the licensing issues. That's why.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
I've got to ask this question for Mr. Shabusiness right here. Matt, I know you're busy being a father, being a full-time everything. Looks cool. Do you yourself find yourself into gaming? And if so, have you been intrigued about what's coming up in September here soon? Sorry, Shabusiness, I had to ask.
No, I've never really been a gamer like that. When I was younger, sure, I played some video games here and there just to pass the time and stuff like that. But I have no game consoles in my house or anything like that. But are you talking about the Halloween game? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I might have to get something just so I can get that game.
Oh, I'm going to be spending a lot of money here pretty soon just to play that fucking game here soon.
Yeah. What is it for all the major systems or all the consoles or I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah. It shouldn't. No, it's. I know it's on Steam. I know it's going to be on Xbox, PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's on pretty much every major console.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. But yeah, I don't know. I never got into gaming.
They're going big, man. They're going big.
I know.
Dude.
I mean, I think the last time I was really into video game, like I had a PS3. That's how long ago that was. You know.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I'm not a big. I don't even have a game console or anything like that.
Yeah.
Between Chris and my old friend Todd, I mean, those guys are the experts. Jake, I just been watching this, been seeing this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna step it up a little bit, and I want to also upgrade. Once again, upgrade a little bit of the tech stuff here, so I could really go crazy. I'm constantly driving myself nuts on how to do certain upgrades because I'm going to go into it full blast with the PC of, for gaming and streaming and all that, and then use my other computer for editing. So it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like Star Trek Enterprise in this room. Put this shit up.
Sounds like
walking in the command center.
What's that, Matt? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I said it just sounds like you're going to be a busy guy.
I would love to. Like you were saying earlier, you would love to. Obviously, this is your passion. This is what you would love to do, and if you could just do this for a living,
that would be amazing.
I would love to find a way how to do this as a living. It's
sure.
Because I'm also thinking about the fact that I'm not getting any younger, and if I don't think about retirement, I think about what do I do in my next chapter that I can enjoy doing, earning a living.
Exactly.
So
that's a good one. So we see your talent on things. We see how you're passionate about it. What's your we'll say a 5-year plan. What's your 5-year plan? Where do you want to be in 5 years? What's a goal that you could set that we could come back to in 5 years and be like, how you doing on that?
Like with this or just with anything?
Yeah, no. With the mask, where you want to be at?
Mask? I'm trying to get on James Carter's level. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm trying to get on his level. Like how I'm sure. I don't know if he. I mean, I'm guessing that's his full-time gig.
I'm sure.
Like I don't know how you'd have time to do anything else. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. I just hear about like his wait time and prices and things like that. Like that's gotta be his full-time thing. Like I've told other people like Jimmy Falco, I've said, I'm trying to get on James Carter's level. And he just said, aren't we all? So
it took Jimmy a while to get to where he's doing now full. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just remember years ago, he had a daytime job like the rest of us.
Yeah.
But now he's basically in his man cave working full time on mask and all,
I know.
Congratulations, awesome. Mr. Falco.
Yeah, it's awesome. Dude, Jimmy's cool as shit. Like we talk off, here and there, not often, I shouldn't say, but here and there we'll talk and, Nick Malpagano and I will have some messages here and there and stuff like that, especially when I'm sure you guys saw the old drama that was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pissing me off.
Wait a minute. Hold on just a sec. There's drama in this hobby?
Nah, I'm just kidding. There's nothing. There's no drama.
Late breaking news.
Yeah. No drama whatsoever. I was just kidding. I basically, I messaged Nick and I was like, dude, I don't care what the fuck's going on. I will always support you no matter what.
Yeah.
You are, I don't know you like that, but you're an awesome person. Like your presence on camera is awesome. You're fun to watch. It's funny and all this and that. Like you love sharing your secret or like how you do things. And like, you just seems like too much of a nice and down to earth, honest person to do what he was accused of.
Yeah.
And I don't care if,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And I don't care if like people that are against him or whatever are seeing this, like I really don't care. But, Nick is too much of an honest, nice, down to earth person to be accused of something like that.
Here's the thing about the fucking mask hobby that is really chapping my ass here lately. It's like picture your favorite Major League Baseball players. You got their trading cards, this, that, and the other. You got your favorite finishers. You got your favorite sculptors. You got your favorites. I shouldn't have to pick my favorites to align with. You know what I'm saying? It's right. A business. Yeah. We can be grown-ups here. We can take it for what it is. We can play the game. Everybody can get their equal money. You shouldn't be having this stuff, man. I mean,
no. Not at all.
If you want to pay royalties, fucking pay Dawn Post. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Just let's get over the shit, man. I mean, nobody's questioning anybody's artistic expressions. I mean, everybody knows who's sitting at the top of the mountain. We don't need to hear it all the damn time. It's fine, dude. It's all good. Like, let's just enjoy life. I'm sure those guys should be enjoying life. They made it to the top of the mountain. Just be cool.
Yeah. Like nobody needs to be the fucking mask police out here. You know, it's just, it's kind of ridiculous, but I don't know.
You know, that all being said, guys, I'm looking at the time here, being the police right now. Matt, I personally want to thank you for joining us, meeting us here in the Man Cave, sharing, what you got going on there. Yeah. I just try to be respectful for your family and all that and your time and all. And by the way, other than what you do with your family, your day job, and of course, what you do with your passion and hobby at work, I'm sure you could teach a lot of people out there how to stay healthy, because I've seen those images too. And it's like, gee, been a Christmas, dude. That's got to be a full-time job alone there. So
yeah, that's definitely been a consistent thing for 14 years.
Good for you.
And slacking a little bit due to a little injury.
I got you slacking.
Well, when it's okay, it's okay. But when it's like, you're so consistent for 14 years and then you get this injury right here, and it's like, it mentally messes with you. And, if I can't go in and get my therapy, that's what I call it my iron therapy. If I can't go do that, I mean, at least I got this. Like I probably have been in the gym like within 3 months, maybe like a total of.
Don't say it. No, I'm just teasing.
I know. But to me, it's like, oh gosh, this is killing me. But it's okay.
I'd rather hear about that addiction than anything else from you. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
how long has this been acting up on you?
I mean, I remember this being going on like 2 summers ago, because I remember being at the pool down the street with my daughter. We're in the 3 feet. She's 6 years old. So, we're in the 3 feet, and I'm picking her up and throwing her, and she's laughing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what the hell is going on? And she would love to hold on to my arm. And, I'm throwing her in the water back and forth. And then, it would kind of come and go. But then like this last year or so, it's like really been like a constant thing, but it's been feeling a little bit better. So
is it kind of like a tennis elbow thing?
It's like right in here. It's like right in here. So if I'm like curling or something, like I couldn't even flex my bicep because the pain would just take over. If I was doing like pull downs for back, I couldn't do it. So it was kind of killing my motivation to go in and do anything else. And also I'm looking at it like, yeah, I could go work my shoulders. I could go do chest. I could do legs or something like that. But it's like, I don't want to build everything else and then neglect my arms. That would look pretty ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll just take it easy. I'll, go easy. I'll go light. I'll see if I can do some arms. And, I would push through some pain here and there, which is probably very stupid to do because I'm not allowing it to heal. But, but late, like the last few weeks, it's been feeling okay. I was taking I don't know if you guys ever heard of like peptides.
Yeah.
I was taking a peptide for it, which, it's basically like amino acids, which your body obviously naturally produces. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to just heal injuries, heal torn ligaments or tendons or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I had MRI scheduled for it. My insurance denied it twice. And I'm like, why are you guys denying it? Like, I've been doing physical therapy, chiropractors and things like that. So, I never got to find out exactly what it is, if it's a ligament tendon tear or if it's just like really bad tendonitis or something like that. But
you know what? Become a professional sportsman, baseball, football, whatever, and that insurance there will take care of it, and you'll find out what it is. So,
I need
it's
to
just
go
that easy.
I need to go see what are they orthopedic? Is that the sports doctors?
Sounds about right.
Orthopedic.
I'm sure someone who's watching at this point right now, if you are, we do appreciate it. Leave in the comment section, what is that specialist there? So Matt can come back and relay it. Thank you. I need to know.
I'm sure if I went to go see one of those doctors, which I haven't done yet, they might be able to get a referral for an MRI for me. But anyway.
Yeah.
And even when I'm painting, when I'm doing this, I'm like, I got to stretch it. I got to take my knuckles and massage it a little bit. And then I'm like, all right, let's get back to it. So. But anyway, price also the price of getting older. You know what I mean? I turned 41 in February, so getting up there.
Aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all?
Yeah, you just had a birthday, right, Chris?
43.
43. Well, happy 43rd.
Dude, I was a kid. I didn't think I'd live past my 20s. I didn't think there was life past 20. So now, getting up to these ages, dude, I look at it as an accomplishment. Look how far I made it. I wasn't supposed to make it this far. I'm just some fucking poor kid.
You know what you look forward to when you're 55. Yeah. You'd say, I got to go pee again.
I bet your bladder is about to explode. Well, Chris and Scott, they'd like to help you out. How's that, you say? By simply subscribe, liking, and sharing to Meet Us in the Man Cave, where we can finally achieve those YouTube ads, and you can finally go take a piss.
That sounds like me. I got to fucking go every 37 seconds like my grandfather.
That's an accomplishment. Yeah. At least you're peeing.
I think that's age and a lot of caffeine, because caffeine will make you have to go. So, but
bro,
yeah. I mean, hey,
I got an issue with caffeine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coffee in the morning, Celsius in the afternoon, and that's pretty much it. But nah, man, you were supposed to make it this far. That's why you're here right now doing what you're doing, and you're going to continue to keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to continue to keep making it.
I'm just trying to have fun, man. That's all I'm looking for.
That's it. That's all you can do is just live life and have fun. Fuck haters and fuck the naysayers and just do your thing.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it. And I also think everything happens for a reason. So.
Oh, Scott, I really can't talk any fucking more. Would you hit that fucking button, please?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All righty. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If you guys are still here, I'm going to hit that fucking button. There's a possibility Matt may join us live in the near future.
I'm going to explode.
Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry.